UFC Kansas City is this weekend. Ian Garry is back on short notice to fight a fighting nerd, Carlos Prates. This is an interesting matchup because whoever wins this fight, it kind of feels like they'll be the future champion. If Ian Garry can prove to people he is here to stay, that he's not only a top 10 guy, but he's a top 5 guy. And for Carlos Prates, this is to determine if he's legit, if the Fighting Nerds camp is really what it means. And with that being said, I am favoring Carlos Prates to not only come on Ian Garry's face, pause, but on his wife's face too, double pause. I like Ian Garry. I think he's a great fighter. He's proven himself to be a top 10 guy, beating guys like Neil Magny, Jeff Neal, MVP. He's good. He's great, right? But how he's beaten them isn't impressive. And that's why I am favoring Carlos Prates to not only beat Ian Garry, but to knock him out. Carlos Prates is known for his knockout power. He has 10 consecutive knockout wins in his 11-fight win streak. Just beating people up, marching forward, applying pressure, putting them on their back foot, and knocking them out. I don't see Ian Garry getting away from Carlos Prates. I don't think Ian Garry has the grappling or wrestling effect or pressure to really make Carlos Prates worry about his grappling. I just don't think it's there. When Carlos Prates was fighting Neil Magny, he dropped him twice in the first round, and Neil Magny attempted 7 takedowns, and Carlos Prates defended every single one of them. I don't think Ian Garry really has a chance in this fight. He's good. He's really proven himself to be a top 10 guy. But when you fight people at range and don't really have power like that, how are you going to put Carlos Prates on his back foot? I just don't see it happening. Carlos Prates is known for his knockout power, known for his pressure fighting, known for his takedown defense. And when you have all of those things where you can target the body, knock people out to the head, and defend the takedown, how are you going to stop that? The only way to stop Carlos Prates is to meet fire with fire, to beat him with knockout power, to put him on his back foot, for him to respect you. And I don't think Ian Garry's going to be able to have Carlos Prates respect him when he is leg kicking him at range, when he's attempting bullshit takedown attempts or like trying to grapple with him. I don't think he's going to be able to take down Carlos Prates. And we got to be real with ourselves. Yes, the Fighting Nerds, it seems like a gimmick, but their striking is another level. They're just different. Flying knee knockouts, spinning back kick knockouts, 1-2 simple knockouts. This is a different team. Carlos Prates is just different. Ian Garry, how is he going to beat Carlos Prates? He's going to try and grapple with him? I would argue Neil Magny is a better grappler than Ian Garry, and Carlos Prates defended 7 takedowns in the first round against Neil Magny and then ended up knocking him out. I think you'll see this fight starting off slow in the first round. I think you'll see Ian Garry trying to figure out the range, the reach, and the speed of Carlos Prates. And at the end of the first round, I think you'll start to see Carlos Prates starting to rush in on combinations of Ian Garry. You might see Ian Garry throw like a 1-2 calf kick, and at the end of that calf kick, you'll see Carlos Prates rush in, maybe throw like a 1-2 elbow in the clinch, try and get him in close quarters, and utilize the body shots, and then finish him at the top. And I think that's how this fight will go. You got to remember, Carlos Prates is a pure Muay Thai fighter. He's able to clinch, throw the knees, throw the elbows, throw the spinning back fists and spinning back kicks. Carlos Prates is just different. Now, I do like Ian Garry's chances on not getting knocked out. Although it does seem like he has a soft chin, he is pretty good at staying out of range and constantly moving. But I think Carlos Prates is just different. His strengths are a lot bigger and more powerful than Ian Garry. I think Ian Garry has no knockout power, and he's not going to be able to really pressure Carlos Prates. No one's really been able to do that. And I think fighting Carlos Prates on short notice is not a good thing for Ian Garry. I think Ian Garry is a good top 10 fighter, but Carlos Prates is the real top 5 fighter, showing knockout power, takedown defense, pressure fighting, utilizing the body shots. Carlos Prates is a more dangerous striker, so I am picking him to knock out Ian Garry within the 3 rounds. Neil Magny is a good fighter, and Carlos Prates completely dominated him within the first round. I think it's just for Carlos Prates. Carlos Prates has never gone to the 3rd round in the UFC, and it just shows that he is ready and pursuing everybody and trying to just knock them out. And I think that's what you'll see against Ian Garry. I am picking Carlos Prates to knock out Ian Garry within the first 3 rounds, and I think you'll see something insane like a flying knee or a spinning back elbow, something insane. You're not going to be able to just knock out Ian Garry with like a 1-2-3, but you can catch him with some spinning shit, and I think that's how he'll get knocked out. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video.